I'm truly stunned by the main event of UFC 317 and the way it played out. We all knew that Ilia Topuria was a great fighter, and coming into this fight with Charles Oliveira, I thought Ilia could potentially finish him. But what we saw tonight was fucking unbelievable. I predicted that Oliveira would use his great inside work and high knees to get Ilia's respect at close range, and if it went to the ground, it would be Ilia's fight to lose. Of course, I knew that Ilia's power would translate to 155, the size difference between the two wouldn't make that much of a difference, and there was always a chance that Ilia would catch Charles. I mean, the latter goes down in every fight he's in, but I didn't expect it to be that easy. Ilia Topuria iced Charles Oliveira in like 2 minutes, rendered him unconscious, and obtained double champ status without even breaking a sweat. This fighter is a generational talent, and the back-to-back-to-back knockout victories he's amassed is nothing short of brilliance. Like I said in my last video, we've never seen anything like Ilia Topuria before. We've seen impressive rises in the sport, namely Conor McGregor and John Jones's rises, climbing their way up the rankings, but to knock out Volk, Max and Charles Oliveira one after another, it's a truly spectacular feat, and Ilia Topuria is one of one. I was at work today, so I didn't catch the broadcast live as it happened, but when I went into the bathroom, checked my phone, and saw that Ilia Topuria knocked out Oliveira inside a round that quickly, I was speechless. Now, I knew that Ilia could always finish Charles, but again, I did not expect Ilia to ice him straight away. I mean, I'm still shocked, to be honest. And the way that Ilia Topuria called this entire thing from the start is absolutely insane. The level of confidence Ilia Topuria has needs to be studied, and how this man can adapt and just change his MMA base on the fly, it's fucking mind-blowing. He suddenly became a pure boxer after his UFC debut, and then went on to finish Charles, Volk and Max. Truly the best 3-fight win streak we've ever seen inside the organization, and honestly, I've run out of synonyms for incredible and unbelievable. I mean, the dude is something else. He's become undeniable. Fans had their doubts after the Volk fight. Volk was coming into the bout on short notice after a heavy knockout loss to Islam. However, Ilia silenced the critics by knocking out Max Holloway quickly after. Even then a few people were saying that Max was weight drained, blah blah fucking blah. In reality, none of that matters. Ilia Topuria is in a league of his own, and he proved that tonight against one of the greatest lightweights of all time in Charles Oliveira. Ilia is an absolute phenom in every respect, and he's only fucking 28 years old. He's just coming into his prime, and after becoming lightweight champ, where does Ilia go from here? Well, Paddy got in the cage during Ilia's post-fight speech, and I assume that matchup is next in line. Paddy will no doubt be a massive underdog against one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in Ilia Topuria, but can he win? I mean, he won't win, but he has a small chance with his great jiu-jitsu game. Paddy doesn't have a prayer of outlanding or outboxing Ilia on the feet. He just needs to lay, pray, and perhaps, maybe, get a submission. I think Ilia will knock him out before it even gets to the ground, as Paddy still leaves his chin wide up in the air, but I guess we'll wait and see. To be fair though, I think Paddy and Islam are the two fighters that have the best chances of beating Ilia at 155. But even with Islam, doubts are starting to creep into my mind about whether or not he can beat Ilia Topuria. I know everyone is going to be glazing Topuria from here on out, but how can you not? You saw what he just did to Charles fucking Oliveira. I know Charles is known to be a bit chinny, but he took Poirier, Gaethje's and Michael Chandler's best shots and bounced back, got the victories over them. So if Ilia Topuria can still do that against Charles, he can do that to any lightweight on the planet, including Islam. We'll have to see how JDM vs Islam plays out. I think that JDM will beat up Islam to a conclusive decision win, and Islam will move back down to lightweight where he'll square off against Ilia. As for who wins, Ilia vs Islam, fuck if I know, man. All I know is that Ilia Topuria is one special fighter, and I have him higher in my GOAT list than Khabib at the moment. What a 3-fight run he's been on. I love Charles. His championship reign was one of the most exciting at 155, but I also commend Ilia Topuria for being so fucking sure of himself, putting his legacy on the line, fighting these greats time and time again, moving up, and making the sport generally exciting again. This knockout is gonna get fans talking for months and years to come. This string of wins against Max, Volk, and now Charles that Ilia has racked up is history in the making. I'll catch you down the road.